Hello, hello, hello. I'm Erica Lynn, better known as Erica Lynn Speaks.
If I can think about it for a second, learn to live life for the better. I had hard times, got a life coach for depression, got a life coach for depression. Now it's all mine, living days full of hard times. Ekalin, work on your mind, let's get on your grind. Working on the feelings inside, Ekalin got me on the rise.
Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, yeah, yeah. Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, alright. Looking up when I fell on hard times they changed my mind. Got my head up, looking to the sky. Miss Lynn, she changed my life. Looking up when I fell on hard times. With her unique design. Got my head up, looking to the sky.
Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin speaks, yeah, yeah. Ekalin speaks, so the Ekalin.
Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Erica Lynn, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Erica Lynn Speaks Podcast. Y'all know we like to play big or go home. Who are we playing big for? We are playing big for ourselves because if we don't play big for us, no one else will, right? Nobody know you better than you know you, right? And if you don't know you, this is an opportunity to get to know you so that you can play big and win and go after whatever it is that you set your mind to go after. You guys, today we're going to be talking about third quarter preparation, re-strategizing in the second quarter. Last week we talked a lot about the second quarter and things that that can help you continue to move forward in the second quarter, but we want to strategize it so that you can get it going. But before we get started, make sure you share this podcast with everybody you know. I mean, I don't care who it is because everyone needs to benefit from learning that if they're doing something wrong or it's not getting the value that they need, let's re-strategize it so you can get it better. And when you share this podcast, make sure you hit hashtag Erica Lynn Fam because they need to know that they're part of the Erica Lynn fam so that when we providing more content, good content and things that they can use to grow in their life, they know that it's coming from Erica Lynn. And I love you guys. I love all of Erica Lynn fam. You guys know that we are live on 2 Facebook channels and on YouTube under Erica Lynn Speaks. And so if everybody say, well, how do you find her? How do you find her? Just type in Erica Lynn Speaks and I'll pop up. So, hi, Deja. How are you? And so, anyway, you guys, again, we're going to be talking about re-strategizing and making your third quarter the best quarter, and a lot of people don't even understand the dates. First of all, let me go into what the quarter dates are so you can be clear of what we're talking about. So, first quarter was January 1st to March 31st. So that was the first quarter, the first opportunity that you had this year to set your goals, to finish out the things that you've started last year to preparing for this year. So that was first quarter. Second quarter took you from April 1st till June 30th. And that was a chance for you to like really dive in deep for the goals that you set for yourself for 2022, for your business, for your family, for your love life, for just personal inner self growth. And when those things are not working or kind of wavering, it's like, okay, well, Erica, I got to re-strategize. I'm not getting the results that I want. I didn't get my ring. I didn't get the wife that I want. I didn't get the husband that I wanted. I didn't lose the weight. My mind is still not like it want to be. I'm still need some healing that I need to go through. I'm still having self-doubt. It's just not right. Like it's not going. The trajectory is not going up. Erica, it's kind of going down. So what do I need to do? How do I prepare for third quarter? Well, I'm going to tell you what you should be doing differently to crush your third quarter goals is let's acknowledge what you did what's not working for you in the second quarter so that we can get rid of it, right? So the things you need to do to crush your third quarter goals and make this your best year ever, I mean, make it your best year ever, are the exact same things that you should have been doing in quarter one and quarter two. So in quarter one and quarter two, there were things that you were using that were working, and there were things that you were using that were not working. So we need to find out and to discover what they are. So the question I'm going to ask you is, what things have you been using in the first and second quarter that is not working for you in your life? It could be financial, it could be mentally, emotionally, physically, weight loss. I mean, whatever it is, what things have you been using in quarter one and quarter two that they're just not working? You're just saying, well, hey, Eric, I'm not getting the results that I want. And we're going to talk about those a little bit throughout this evening. Well, you guys got me for the next 45 minutes, right? We're all staring down the barrel of the same reality. The third quarter is rapidly approaching. As you guys know, we got about 3 more weeks, and then we'll be walking into the third quarter. But really, for some people, the year is just getting started, and your year-to-date results speak for themselves. So if you haven't been crushing it, then the results speak for themselves. If you have been crushing it, and remember we were talking last week about that beach body, if you've been crushing that gym, then your results speak for themselves. Like you got that beach body that you have been going for. And not saying that the things that you have been doing are not working at all. There just may not be working fast enough, or you're not putting enough effort and energy to it. So let's figure out what it is that you're doing wrong. So the big difference now is that you have less time to hit your goals, right? Because you said January 1, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. And here we are going into June. How much weight did you lose so far? So we need to analyze that. We need to make sure that you hit your sales goals. If you guys have sales goals, close your performance gaps, redeem yourself, and finish what you got started, at the beginning of the year. So I'll share one with you guys. So actually in 2020, which was the pandemic, I wanted to lose 100 pounds. And that first year, it seemed like I lost maybe like 10 pounds. It probably took me like 6 months to lose 10 pounds, and then another 6 months to lose another 10 pounds. I didn't quit. I just kept falling off, right? But I get back on the horse or whatever on the saddle, and I just kept falling off. And so that took place from July of 2020 to July of 2021. And then in July of 2021, I said, okay, I'm going to really go hard at it. And so I really tried to put my best effort into going hard and losing weight. And then at the end of the year, I still was not where I wanted to be. I think I was lost about 25 pounds by that time. And I should have lost way more weight than that. So finally, what I realized was that I was going at this whole thing the wrong way. So, they say if you eat right and you exercise, then you can lose the weight, which is true. But the biggest part of it that I was missing was I had to get my mind right. So the part of the equation that was missing was get your mind right, eat right, exercise, and then you lose weight. Because if you eat right and exercise, but and your mind is not right, meaning you keep falling off, eating things that you're not supposed to eat, not being consistent with your weight loss, then you kind of just are stagnant, or your growth is not where it should be. But when you re-strategize, such as I did, I re-strategized the beginning of January. I started like the end of December. I said for 2022, I'm going to get this thing right. So I re-strategized my mind. I said, what is it that I'm not doing right? What foods am I not eating? So I went to my personal trainer and I said, okay, I'm ready to act right. I got my mind together. I'm ready to act right. What do I need to do? So she helped create me a meal template, and she said, follow this meal template. And she put my workouts in and we work out together. And so ever since January, I've been so consistent, right? But then I understood throughout the way, just where we are now when we're talking about re-strategizing for third quarter, throughout my journey of this year, I learned something about myself. I will get in that gym and I'll go hard. And then week 3, I'll be like, oh, my back hurt, my arm hurt, my brain hurt, something hurt. I can't go to the gym for a couple of days. I just need to stay home and rest. I'm exhausted. Then I'll take off a couple of days and then I'll get back in the game again, right? And start going hard. But there was two things that I realized. One, by me doing it that way, I was losing weight faster than I did the year before, but slower than what I should have been doing. Because every 3 weeks that I would take off and not work out for 3, 4 days, 5 days, I started eating certain things because the more you work out, the more hungry you get. So I still had the bigger appetite, but didn't have the exercise to back it up. So now I'm saying, okay, what is it? What is it? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to get it right? So after talking to my trainer and talking to my doctor and consulting and figuring out that I just can't take that third week off anymore. Like that's not a thing. So then I had to re-strategize my mind. Like we said before, I had to get my mind right. And I had to tell myself that regardless of what happens, if I really want to lose this weight, I have to be dedicated to the process. I have to be dedicated to the procedures that I have to do. I have to be dedicated to my workout. And if anybody want me to go and hang out or do something, let me go work out first. Or if I go and hang out, let me be consistent. I don't care if it's 7, 8 o'clock at night. Let me get to the gym and get my workout on. So I re-strategized for me at the end of this quarter, just recently, the last 2 weeks. And I've been on point. Week 3 came, I was like, oh my God, I actually worked out through week 3, went up to 25 pounds on the bench press. I mean, like the girl is killing it. So I realized that every time I would take that third week off, it would hinder me. And when I would come back, I would have to kind of decrease my weights a little bit because I lose a little muscle or momentum just by taking off that short little time. So what I'm saying to you is, if consistency is something that you need to use or re-strategize on, let's be consistent. If that is something that's hindering you from your growth, let's be consistent, right? How many people deal with inconsistency? How many people deal with the fact that you can be going good at something and then you like, oh my God, I just can't take the heat, or I need to sit down for a minute. If that's you, let's be honest. Be honest. Say, it's me, Erica. I deal with being inconsistent. And we're going to figure out how to re-strategize for you so that you can be consistent. So that was something that did not work for me. Not being consistent, it didn't work for me. So that I had to fix it, re-strategize, and keep moving, right? So as you guys know, last week we talked about 10 things that you can use in order to continue, so that you can continue to grow and you can strategize and that you can move forward and things like that. And I want to know from you in the comment section. Can you guys put in the comment section what didn't work for you out of those 10? Because somebody asked me, do we have to follow all 10 of those things in order? And I said, no, you could do them the way you want to, or you could do them in order. But I want to know, out of those 10 things, if anything did or did not work for you. I'm going to go through the 10 things again. If you guys want me to put them on the screen, please let me know and I'll pop them up on the screen. It's the number one was only use positive words when you were talking. So did that work for someone? Using positive words, taking away the negative, saying positive things, speaking positive things into the environment, into the atmosphere. Oh man, it's easier said than done. But doing it and being consistent at it, you train your brain to speak something that you want, go after what you want, right? Because if weight loss is what I wanted, I start speaking it. I'm going to lose that weight. I'm going to lose that weight. And I start going after it. So here we are today. This is, we're going 3 weeks into the second quarter. Like I said, I start hitting it hard come January so I'm 45 pounds down. And my goal is I have another 45 pounds to go. and I'm going after it. I'm speaking it, I'm being consistent, and I'm going after it. And I'm using positive self-talk. I'm using my strategies. I'm using my team. I'm using the doctor. Everybody that is falls into place that will help me mentally keep going, because I understood that mentally was where I was weak. I had all the other things together, but without that mental, I couldn't pull the other things off. So what is it that you need to do for you? Um, and what did I say? Deja has said, you have to change your lifestyle to a healthier one, mind, body, and soul. Absolutely, Deja. Oh, and she says, congratulations, Erica Lynn speaks to move more challenge. Yeah, let me just touch on that real quick. You guys know that we in the month of June, we've been doing the move more challenge. And I have been posting every day in the story, me going to the gym, doing different exercises or pictures with my trainers after I finish workout. But I do that because I want to encourage each and every one of you to continue to move. Who here have really been taking it personal, the move more challenge? I don't care if you can't leave out of the house, but you have to walk around the house a lot to move more, or you sitting down, you can't walk and you want to move your arms, move more, just stretch, lift some little weights up, take some books and lift them up in the air, whatever it is, get your body going and move more. So that's what the move more challenge was about. The more you move, the more active that you become, the better you will feel, the better the results you will obtain also. So let me get back to the 10 steps. So number one was only use positive words. Number two was push out all the feelings that aren't positive, right? And to me, when you push out all the feelings that are not positive, that also means get negative people away from you. Get the negative. Like, have you ever just gone around somebody and you feeling good and they like, you're all right. Oh, that's okay. And if that does not help you, get them out of your life, get rid of them, because this is how you're going to move into quarter three. You understand what doesn't work for you so that you can get rid of it and move forward. And yes, I am saying that if some people are not for you, are not beneficial in your life, are not positive in your life, and you are possibly able to get rid of them, get rid of them. That includes toxic relationships, people that you work with, you don't got to speak to them. People that friendships that you have that are not beneficial to you, meaning that they're bringing more negativity into the relationship or they're harming you in some form or fashion, get rid of them. I'm telling you, you'll feel a whole lot better. Number three was to use words that evoke strength and success. So we were talking about being strong and positive, and you're saying, I am that CEO, I can train, I am powerful, I am unstoppable. And so when you use those words, again, that partners with the positive words that you're saying, but this time you're using strong words, you're using strong words, and you begin to feel strong, right? And so and your actions are strong as well, because now when I go into the gym, I'll be like, I'm strong, and they laugh at me, they be like, yeah, you right, high five, but really I am strong, because I have to ask you, can you lift 25-pound dumbbells, like bench press 25 dumbbells, and you've never did it before? So I worked hard to get to that point, and I am strong. And by me telling myself, yes, I am strong, now when I go back into the gym, I might increase my weight just a little bit more. But you have to tell yourself that you can do it. It's all about having a positive mindset. That positive mindset will really help you do things that you didn't think that you could do in the past. So continue to be positive. What was number four? Number four was practice positive affirmations. So that means that if you are a person that says, I am stupid, I'm dumb, what was I thinking about? He wouldn't like me, she don't want me, oh, I'm not, I won't be any good for you. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're done with those words. We're on a point where we're saying, I'm beautiful, I'm powerful, I'm handsome, Any woman would love for me to be her husband. Any man would love for me to be his wife. I mean, I can go in here and lead a church. I can go in here and be the best teacher that I can be. I can go in here and be the best motivational speaker that I can be. Whatever it is, put those positive affirmations around your house so that you can say them daily. Get rid of the negative affirmation. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't need to take them into quarter three. Even if you had a bad quarter two, even if bad things happened to you, and you hear me say happened, even if bad things happened to you, don't take that mindset with you in quarter three. Say, I know that this happened. I know this bad thing happened. But like Jay-Z say, brush it off your shoulders and keep moving and begin to speak positive. Let's change it around so that you can go into quarter three kicking ass and taking names. I mean, like everybody that watches me know that my life has not been easy, just like I'm sure your life has not. And there is so many times that I wanted to give up, not just on the gym. I wanted to give up on the podcast. I wanted to give up on the speaking. I just was exhausted and burnt out, wasn't getting the results that I felt that I deserved. And I just like, what was I thinking? That was all of that negative chatter that I was saying to myself, like, oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. Why am I trying to do a podcast for these people? But I'm gonna tell you what changed that for me. I had gotten a message from someone to tell me how one of the podcasts that I did, how it really made a major impact on their life, because at that time they was feeling so down and sad about what was going on in their life. They felt like they couldn't go any further. They just felt like throwing in the towel. They felt as if life was just not for them, and they contemplated not being here on this earth anymore. And my particular podcast, see, that's what goes to show you God puts you where you need to be. Even if you don't know why you're here or what your purpose is, he always puts you where you need to be in the right place at the right time. And it just so happened that the podcast came on, popped up on their social scene. They actually watched the podcast, cried, and then they messaged me to say thank you to me. And so that particular story, it really, really made a major impact. And so the thing that I said in the beginning, I don't care if I just bless one person or touch one person or pour into one person, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on this podcast every week, make sure I deliver a message, and God bless me that it touches and reaches the right people that it needs to reach. So what that means is that all of that negative self-doubt I had, I don't want to do this no more. I'm done with that. I'm here for a purpose. You guys are here. I'm positive, you positive, because I always just tell you guys the motivator needs motivating too. I'm human. If I was not human, then I would not be on this podcast being authentic, telling you my truth. I am not going to lie to you because it serves no purpose. It serves you no purpose. You benefit more understanding that I am human. I am a real person just like you. I have flaws and faults just like you do. But if you can see through the strength of the overcoming and the perseverance and how I went through it, then perhaps my strength can pour through this camera onto you so that you can overcome and just be done with the negative things and move forward. So I hope this helps somebody. And she says, yes, positive affirmations. I love listening to them while I work. Oh, that is a great one. So perhaps you guys, if you have the type of job that you can play music or put an AirPod in your ear and you let the positive affirmations play, listen to them, let them play all over again. And if you tech savvy, like me and my team, you guys have a little phone, you can speak your own positive affirmations into your cell phone. So while you're at work, put them in your ear and listen to your voice. Say those affirmations over and over and over again because you're speaking them to yourself. You speak, see it, I done got with technology because I taught you guys which is a great way to use the index cards. But now through technology, speak it into your cell phone. And so what better person to speak to you than you to hear your voice playing back to you in your ear saying you're wonderful, You're positive. You can get this job. You can rock out. You can shoot that free throw. You can make that slam, that dunk, right? You can get a touchdown. But whatever it is that you can get it done. So continue to speak positive to yourself. Number 5 was direct your thoughts, right? So you're going to direct your thoughts in the area and the place and the position that you wanted to go in. So if you are directing your thoughts in the wrong place, then guess what? You're going to get the wrong result. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to get rid of it. You're not going to think about things that are not going to benefit you, things that are not going to help you, things that are not going to grow. Because just say, for example, you're a little weak in certain areas, right? And you need to learn more. So what do? You don't come home from work, sit down and just put on YouTube videos that are talking about cars and you don't need to know anything about cars, or just a regular movie. What you're going to do is, if it's an area in your life that you are weak at, find a YouTube video that will strengthen you and build you so that now you're directing your thoughts into constant growth. Okay, so say that you want to learn how to be an investor, right? Invest your money. What do you do with your money? Then you just start YouTube and a whole bunch of videos, right? The videos are not going to be the surefire answer. What the videos are going to do, they're going to be part of your growth process, part of your thought process. So then after you learn these things, now you're going to go seek out the professionals, right? A professional investor or a person that know about finance and money. Like we're going to have Dexter Jenkins here. He's going to be here the last Wednesday of the month. And you guys know Dexter is good with finances, because if I'm talking about Q1 and Q2 and Q3, I got to bring the professionals on, because so many people, and I was one of them, struggled financially because I did not know what to do with my money. I did not know how to do my money. And after I learned, I directed my thoughts to the right way of doing my finances. Man, you guys, I be over here having a blast and I'm not worried about it financially. So direct your thoughts in the area that will best suit you. And if it does not, what are we doing? Get rid of it, right? So that's what we're talking about. Get rid of it. If it don't work, get rid of it. Number 6 was believe you will succeed. How many people tell yourself? How many people tell yourself that you're going to fail? Do you tell yourself that you're going to fail? Do you tell yourself that you're not any good at going? What are you thinking about going back to school? I'm 40 years old. What was I thinking about going back to school? Do you tell yourself what was I thinking about getting married? I'm not a good wife or a husband for somebody. What was I thinking about? Oh, I'm not a good parent. What was I thinking about? I'm not a good teacher. Why did I decide to go to school to be a doctor? Why did I decide to go to school to be a scientist? I'm not. Listen, believe that you will succeed. Believe in yourself and you can accomplish and achieve anything that you want. How do I know? Look at all the great success stories. Like Maya Angelou, she was a beautiful success story. Maya Angelou told stories about how, because she was dark skinned, they called her black and they called her ugly. But when I tell you, Maya Angelou was the most beautiful woman that I've ever seen, because when she opened her mouth and spoke, her beauty just came out of her mouth, and she was very successful because she believed that she would succeed and she believed in herself. She didn't allow what other people said about her stopped her. Yeah, did it probably like shake her up a little bit and sometimes bring her down. But once she overcame that, once she re-strategized, said, what these people have to say about me is not going to put money in my pocket. What these people have to say about me is not going to help me grow. Let me do away with that, build my skills so that I can succeed at whatever it is that I want to succeed at. You talk about Steve Harvey. He always talks about how he slept in his car and went and did jokes and, was barely making it. But he believed that he was going to be successful and he succeeded. Tiffany Haddish, she tells such a beautiful, heartwarming story about her believing that she could succeed. And so you think about all of negative things that everybody, including you, have in your life at this time or at that time. what you do is you get rid of all of those negative thoughts, all of the things that's coming into your way to try to stop you, all of the financial walls, and you just put a stop to it, because that's what we're doing. We're strategizing. You're putting a stop to all of that negative chatter that's coming at you. And then you're going to flip it around and you're going to believe that you will succeed. I believe in you. You will succeed. I want somebody to put that down in the comment section. Believe that you will succeed. Just say, I believe in me, right? Because I believe in me. I have so much talent in me. Sometimes I be all over the place, right? But then, God has a way of bringing you back to that place of silence, right? I say that he puts me in a cocoon right now. It's lonely in here, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, but I needed to be in this cocoon to where this place, I'm in my alone time, right? God has me in this alone period. Oh my God, it's lonely in here. It really, really is. But what it is doing for me, I've grown so much as a person. I've grown so much as a woman. I've grown so much as a mother. I've grown so much as a wife to be, because I'm speaking that into existence. I've grown so much. So sometimes it takes for you to get into your quiet place so that you can move away all of those negative thoughts, so that you can begin to believe in yourself, right? So that was God's strategy for me, to put me in a cocoon, in a place of silence, so that I can believe, and I can re-strategize and move forward. So I hope that's helping somebody. So just because if you're in a quiet place right now, or you don't have that relationship, or you don't have the person that is coming for you, God is just really giving you time to get yourself together. Because if the person came for you right now today, he might not stay. She might not stay, because you might not be ready. So what I'm saying is, take advantage of this quiet time. Take advantage of it and get yourself together. So what y'all think I'm doing? I'm in the gym. I'm getting my mind right. Get yourself together. You really do. Number 7 was analyze what went wrong. What went wrong in the first and second quarter? What went wrong? As I said to you guys before, my thinking, my thought process, that went wrong. Eating potato chips, that went wrong. Not being consistent, that went wrong. Drinking certain alcohol beverages that causes me to retain water, that went wrong. Those are things that went wrong for me. Guess what? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. What I'm going to ask you, what is something that you can get rid of today that went wrong? What is something that went wrong in your strategies of quarter 1 and quarter 2, and your strategies? Because we're talking about what your goals are, right? Because that's what you're strategizing for, to obtain the goals that you set for yourself. And so in setting these goals, or in going after these goals, what went wrong? And so that we can get rid of it, or we can fix it, or figure out a way to re-strategize it so that you can go forward. But whatever it is, whatever went wrong, let's fix it or get rid of it, because you may not even need that into your strategy. There may not even need to be a step that you allow into your process. Number 8 was give yourself credit. How many people don't give themselves enough credit? I don't give myself enough credit, because there's things that I do. I do a lot of great things. And I don't give myself credit for it, because I had the thought process of, that's just part of life. That's just natural, right? I'm supposed to do that. But not really. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. So celebrate all of your small wins. As I said before, I say it all the time, celebrate your small wins and give yourself credit. So what kind of credit am I going to give myself today? Well, I'll give myself credit for losing 40 pounds. Yay. I wish I knew how to make the noise go. Give myself credit for using 40 pounds. I'm going to tell you what else I give myself credit for. If anybody, and I know you guys have been watching this podcast since 2018 when we started season 1. My podcast was recorded. Then I started going live. So I gave myself credit for going live. The podcast was on Friday at 5 o'clock. That was causing me so much stress, you guys, because I was getting off of work at 4 or 4:30, trying to hurry up and put my makeup on and get myself together, make sure I got all the content together for the guests. Didn't really have a system or organization. And then on Fridays, I might want to jump on a plane and go out of town or do something, so I couldn't be consistent with the podcast. So what did I do? I re-strategized. I said, I cannot do the podcast on Fridays anymore. I tried to go till Tuesday. I think I did one podcast on a Tuesday. I say that don't work, because if I'm out of town, then I'm barely making it back in town to get the podcast on a Tuesday, because you guys know I be traveling and speaking and just doing different things. And I was like, what will work for me? So I decided to do the podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I tell you, I've only missed but one podcast. And technically, I didn't miss it, because now with technology, I was able to play a pre-recorded podcast so that you guys can still get value, and I can still be consistent with the podcast. So that is a big win. So I'm going to give myself a shout out for being consistent with bringing you guys information every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. Woo woo. What is it that you guys can give yourself credit for? Put it down in the comment section. Deja did say yes, we re-strategize, believe, and you will succeed. Yes, look at the growth since 2018 to now. Because in 2018, I was just barely just jumping out there figuring it all out. But along the way, I had to re-strategize and keep it going. So that was number 8. Give yourself credit, right? Number 9 was forgive yourself, right? Forgive yourself. We talked about holding on to harboring feelings that you need to forgive yourself. You can't go and change the past. You can't change things that you did. You can't change what someone else did to you, but you can forgive yourself so that you can move forward. So what are we getting rid of? We are getting rid of being angry with yourself. We are getting rid of not forgiving yourself. We are getting rid of not loving yourself. We are getting rid of any harsh negative feelings that you have towards yourself. We're getting rid of that. And we're going to revamp it and move forward. So let's get rid of those and begin to forgive yourself, love yourself, move forward, and do what you got to do to keep it pushing, right? Just real simple. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And the last one was learn from the past. My past, your past, our parents' past, you can learn so much from the past. The biggest thing that you can learn from the past is what not to do. What did not work? It didn't work. Don't try it again. The relation, how many people, and I'm victim of this too. How many people been in a relationship with somebody? It didn't work. You guys broke it off. Maybe some time went past. You didn't start dating somebody else. That didn't work. Now you kind of lonely. And you like, let me pick up the phone and call this person. And you don't really remember why y'all broke up in the first place. You just know it just didn't work. So now you calling a person and you say, well, let me try to make it work again. And then things are going good for about a couple weeks, and then they do that one thing that jog your memory, and you go, oh, that's why I broke up with that person in the first place. This doesn't work. So what I'm saying is, if you learn from your past, then you won't keep making the same mistakes. But if you don't learn from your past, you're going to keep going through the same thing, the same process, until you learn that it just doesn't work. This could be the nicest person, the most handsomest guy, the most beautiful woman that you ever seen. If it don't work, you can't make something work that don't work. And what do you do with something that don't work? The topic that we've been talking about. Get rid of it. Get rid of that relationship. I remember listening to Medea, and she says, sometimes people come into your life for a season. Sometimes people come into your life for a lifetime, but sometimes people come into your life for a reason. So they're in your life for that season. And the reason is they coming in there to teach you a lesson, to drop you some value, give you some knowledge or a nugget that you need. And then they're out. Their job was just to come and deliver that information and going on back out the door. They weren't meant to be a part of your life for a lifetime. And there are people that is part of your life for a lifetime. So you take some of those life lessons or those nuggets that that temporary person came and dropped into your life, and you utilize it the best so that you can move forward in your life. I don't care if they taught you how to start a business, they taught you how to love, because some people do not know how to love. You think it's common sense, but it's not. Everybody don't know how to love. They could come into your life to teach you how to get your money together, how to take care of your family, how to be responsible, how to lose weight, whatever they're called, their reasons is. Allow them in to teach you that lesson that God sent them into your life to teach you. Don't turn away from the lesson. Learn the lesson, because all lessons are important. And again, you got that lesson from something that happened to you in your past. If you ignore it, I'm going to say it. I say it once. I'm going to say it twice. Matter of fact, I'm just going to keep standing. If you ignore the lessons that God tried to teach you, then he's going to make you repeat them again. Let me repeat that in case you guys didn't hear me. If you did not learn the lesson that God tried to teach you the first time through that experience, he is going to make you repeat the lesson all over again. But he's not going to have it in the same example. It's going to be a different example. And guess what? The second time, that example going to hurt a little bit more. The third time, that example going to be like, ouch. And you're going to get tired of saying ouch. And you're going to say, okay, God, what is it that you want me to learn? Learn from the past so that you don't have to keep repeating those same mistakes over again, but that you can move forward in a positive mind, body, and spirit, and begin to love yourself to the fullest and play big for yourself, right? Listen, this is a little serious podcast this week. I don't know why your girl Erica Lynn so serious. You know, I'm usually cracking jokes, probably because I'm just a little bit tired. But guess what? Regardless of how tired I am, I'm here on this podcast with you, providing content. So I had wrote a couple of things down, right? Normally I have it on the screen, but it's me. And we just having a conversation today. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you put your questions down in the comment section so that I can answer them. Because I truly value my audience. I value being able to, bring you guys a little extra motivation, a little extra content, things that will help you. So I had just wrote a list of things to get rid of, right? In case I didn't touch on one, I will touch on them going through the 10 things that were good, but when we transpose it to the bad part, the bad side of the good. But anyway, just to go over, there's some things for you to get rid of. Get rid of self-doubt. So if you're doubting yourself, if you're doubting that you're going to pass that test, get rid of it. If you're doubting that you're going to graduate from college, high school, or a program, get rid of it. If you're doubting that you are the powerful human being that you were put on this earth to be, get rid of that self-doubt. If you're doubting that you are beautiful, the most beautiful woman in the world, if you're doubting that you're a handsome, strong, powerful man, get rid of that self-doubt and flip it and be positive. The next one, I want you to get rid of, which were the negative feelings, get rid of negative emotions. Do you know sometimes that negative emotions can cause negative feelings, which can go into self-doubt, which can be a trickle effect, and that now all you thinking about is negative, 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 and you sad and you depressed. Get rid of all those negative emotions. Just smile. Be happy. Just look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I am gorgeous. Y'all know I be looking in the mirror. I'm a little conceited, but whatever. That's me. Get rid of the things that are taxing you or causing you stress. So if there are things in your life or areas that are causing you stress, let's get rid of them. They're taxing on your brain. Let's get rid of them. Okay. Let's get rid of them. Get rid of the things that are causing you financial strain. So if you're spending too much money on something, stop it. Budget your finances out. And again, Dexter Jenkins will be in on the podcast the last Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about third quarter strategies in your finances, because everybody needs to know how to re-strategize and move forward in third quarter financially, because some people are just not good with money. And so I like to bring on the professionals, because I'm not the professional money lady, right? I can help you with your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, your smile, but I'm not the professional when it comes to helping you with your money. But that's why I bring on the professionals. And then what else I have here? Get rid of jobs that are not paying you correctly. So as you guys know, we're in the pandemic, and well, we're coming out of pandemic, but we're still wearing our mask and things like that. And there are a lot of jobs that are still paying low wages, but there are a lot of jobs that are now paying more higher wages than ever before. And for those of you who are still in those jobs that are paying lower wages, you need to think about some things. The cost of food has gone up. The cost of living has gone up. The god doggone cost of gas has just skyrocketed. How are you able to do the same things that you always done on that amount of money? Now, can it be done? Yes, if you're an awesome budgeter, don't overspend, don't spend beyond your limit. But let's be reasonable. Many Americans don't budget well, spend too much money, spend money that they don't have, live paycheck to paycheck, right? So if that's you, then you know I'm talking about you. But the thing is, if there's an opportunity, which there have been and is in this time, because everybody is not working, to look for a better paying job to increase your wages, go for it. I said it before. The times are over where you're going to retire from a job that you've been at for 30, 40 years. Like, these companies may not even have pensions and stuff before. So you really need to think about what you have, what you're going to gain. Is this going to protect you when you get older? Can you live off of it? Can you pay your for your prescriptions and food? Are you going to have to make life decisions when you become a senior? So just really consider all of that. And if there's an opportunity for you to get a better paying job doing what you love, guess what? Get rid of the one you have now. But find the new one first and then get rid of the old one. The key is find the new one first and then get rid of the old one. Get rid of bad relationships. I'm not saying divorce your wife, divorce your husband, because marriage is something that's sacred. What I am saying is there are some relationships where people are dating, and these relationships are toxic. They're not gaining you value at all. Like, they're stressing you out. You're eating more. It is causing you to have self-doubt about yourself, causing you to feel unloved. You're not getting what you want out of that relationship, and you've communicated with your partner and said, this is what I need, this is what I want, and you're not getting it, and it's draining you, and you just feel like, oh my God, why am I in this relationship? Or you guys are always arguing. There's so many people in this world, and yeah, you're going to have to go through a few bad apples until you find the right one. But if that relationship is not working for you, get rid of it. Get rid of it and go for the one that God has actually probably who has ordained for you, that's coming for you. Will you be in a place of loneliness and for a minute? Maybe. But it's going to take you back to my point that I said earlier. Just because you're in a place of loneliness does not mean that it's a bad place, because God puts you in a place of solitude. That's the word I was looking for. It just wasn't coming out my mouth, right? Sometimes God puts you in a place of solitude so that you can grow as a person, so that you can grow as a woman, you can grow as a man. But that solitude allows you to build your skills. I hate being alone. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but out of this alone time, I really have gotten a lot of value. And I'm gonna tell you one of the craziest values that I have living alone. I am able to actually achieve the weight loss, because when I live with all those lovely people that's probably watching me right now on this last live podcast, one of the reasons why I could not lose weight, they are all little, but they would bring home stuff like pizza and French fries, or it could be their turn to cook dinner, and the food choice that they choose to cook is unhealthy. And if I want to eat dinner and it's their turn to cook, then I have to eat what's cooked for me. Or if I meal prep, and because there are so many other people in the house, I have to share my healthy portions. So, being in the place of solitude has really allowed me to focus and actually honestly see what was not working so that I can fix it and move forward. So, I hope that this is really, really blessing somebody. I really want you to take the time to think about what is not working in your life, what is not working in your business, what is not working in your growth process, what is not working in your relationships, so that you can re-strategize. And I'm not necessarily saying get rid of everything, but I am saying figure out what it is, write it down. When you figure it out, write it down. Write down that every 3 weeks that I'm working out, I got to take a break. Every 3 weeks, I want to eat a cookie or something. Or every week, I got to have a cheat day. How bad is the thing that I'm eating on the cheat day? Am I going to work out the next day after I have the cheat day so that I can work some of those pounds out? Or am I having the cheat day and just sitting down doing nothing? Figure out what it is that you're doing that is not working. Write it down so that we can re-strategize it for you and move forward. As I told you before, after I re-strategized, I figured out we had to make changes to my meal template. I had to go to the doctor and say, hey, I lost 40 pounds. And she said, I need you to take some iron after doing some blood work. Your iron is low. I go, oh, that's why I'm so cold. That's part of the re-strategizing. After you figured out all the things that are right, all the things that are wrong, now you have to seek out the other professionals or the other people that's aligned with you in your life. That's part of your re-strategizing, right? So I'm using the examples of me in the gym, but I hope that this is sinking into someone else, that if you're going to school and you're not passing the test, guess what? You need to figure out why you're not passing the test. Maybe the music is too loud in your dorm room. Maybe you're not spending enough time studying. Maybe you're not even comprehending what you're reading. And so now you got to get a study partner or a tutor, or you got to talk to your teacher and say, hey, I'm dyslexic. Whatever it is, those are part of your re-strategizing. But in order to re-strategize, what am I saying here? You got to figure out what went wrong. You got to figure out what's not working so that you can fix it. If you don't do this process, then everything is going to stay the same. You're going to keep getting the same results. And I want you guys to move forward. I want you guys to be the best that you can be and accomplish what you want to accomplish. If you want to travel, God doggone travel. If you want to start that business, start the business. If you want to lose weight, lose the weight. If you want to have a baby, have a baby. I'm gonna tell you, my niece, Yamina, she just had her third child with her husband, and she's like, oh, a loving mother, and she studied, like she like eat healthy fruits and vegetables. They don't eat meat in their house. Well, the third baby, she had a birth water baby in her living room. So through the first two examples, she learned some things about having a baby, right? I'm sure she learned a lot more than I did, but she learned about having a baby, and she studied about birth water babies and just things like that. And so she was able to deliver her third child in the pool in her living room. But that was through understanding what works for her and understanding what didn't work for her and her husband, and studying and learning and growing and developing and getting better at it. So I know my examples are kind of all over the place, but I really hope you guys can understand and see what I'm saying, that if it doesn't work, get rid of it. Because why keep holding on to something or someone in your life that's doing you harm or doing you no good? And when I say harm, I don't necessarily mean physical harm. I mean, it could be mental or emotional, or it could be causing you to lose money or your sanctity. Whatever it is, let's get rid of it so that you can move forward and re-strategize. Like, you can do what you got to do. So anyway, you guys, I'm not even going to hold you up all night. Let me see if I covered everything. I done hit the button and okay, I done I done hit the button and it do what it do. Let me see here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's because I got this book on there. That was my fault. All right, there we go. So anyway, you guys, if you guys have any questions, Deja put it in the comments section down there. She's saying let's get rid of them. Um, and I want you guys to learn from your past and keep growing. So if you next week, there we go. Next week, we're going to be discussing more about third quarter strategies, but I'm going to bring on one of the most wonderful professionals in out today. Not only is she energetic, not only does she know what she's talking about. I mean, she was even on the Steve Harvey show, kicking butt and taking names. She talks about bankrolling your brilliance. So she's the expert of bankrolling your brilliance, the wonderful Nicole Roberts Jones. What does that mean? I want you guys to think about what talent or skills that you have that you can use to bankroll your brilliance. There's everybody has talents, everybody has skills, and you can come home, you can make a wad of cash from it. Like your skills could be playing an instrument, your skills could be singing, your skills could be voiceover, your skills could be motivating people, sewing, cooking, needling, dancing, just whatever it is. Think about what your skills is, and you can put them down in the comments section if you want to today. Erica, I'm skillful at this. But what I want you to do is think about your talent or your skills that you have that you can use to bankroll your brilliance. And I want you to leave your answers on Facebook or Instagram, and put hashtag Erica Lynn Fam. And we're going to bring your comments up on next week's show when we have Nicole Roberts Jones on here. We're going to bring that information up. And so make sure that you put your hashtags down. What skills or talents that you have that you can bankroll your brilliance. If you missed today's episode, you can go to my website, ericalynnspeaks.com, and you can listen to the podcast over again. Do me a favor. When you go to the website, please give us a 5-star rating. Let us know that you appreciate us and love us so that the podcast can grow and it can reach a larger audience. But please, excuse me, give us a 5-star rating. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook on Erica Lynn Speaks. Don't forget to subscribe. Do me a favor right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Erica Lynn Speaks. And when you share this podcast, don't forget to put hashtag Erica Lynn Fam. So that's my time. If you guys don't have any other questions or anything else that I can be a blessing to you with tonight, just do me a favor. If something is not working in your life, if you're not getting the results that you want to get, if you're not growing to the level that you feel that you should be growing to, then I want you to really take some time to think about and consider what it is that's not working. Write it down. And then let's figure out how to get you the results that you need and desire so that you can work. It can work. Your ideas can work. Your results can work. You can achieve your goals. And most importantly, once you achieve one goal, what do you think you're going to do next? You can set some whole new goals on the next level that you're on. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to go. Oh my God. Listen, you guys, today was a very calm podcast for me. Sometimes it just comes over and I just want to have a conversation. And I hope you guys really appreciate me just having a conversation with you. Just having a conversation because I don't want to preach. I don't want to yell. I don't want to I just really want you guys to understand that we all go through things in life and we don't always get the results that we want. And that's okay. Why that is okay is because we're going to figure out what it is that we did wrong or what's not working so that we can re-strategize it and we can walk into quarter 3 of the year. And if you guys are not sure the dates of quarter three starts July 1st to September 30th. July 1st to September 30th. So right now, you guys are finishing up quarter 2. You're seeing how you're doing on your goals of buying a house, buying a car, fixing your credit, getting your love life together, whatever it is, fixing what did not work so that you can go into quarter 3 strong. Shout out, hashtag strong Q3. And don't forget to keep doing your Move More challenge, right? I did not work out today. Today was my rest day, but I did a lot of working and I went to the gym to weigh in to start. We have an 8-week edge challenge at the gym because I'm going after the win. I'm going after the win. I had never said that I'm going after the win. I said, I'm going to make it through the challenge. I'm going to try the challenge. I think I'll attempt the challenge. I'll do the challenge. I'll actually finish the challenge. 8 weeks of just hard work and sweat. And then the last challenge, I didn't win. I thought I was at least going to make third place. I didn't even make third place. This time, you guys, I'm speaking it out my mouth. I am going to win this challenge. I am going to win the challenge. So everybody at my gym, watch out. I'm coming for you because I'm going to win. God bless you guys. It's my time. I love you all. I hope you guys got a blessing from this podcast because it was fun for me. And if you guys have any topics or subject that you guys want me to talk about in the podcast going forward, let me know. We're going to have some guests. We're going to just have some conversations for the month of June. You're going to walk away with some great knowledge, some great energy, some great takeaways. That's my time. I'm your girl, Erica Lynn. I love you. And always remember to take one step beyond you. God bless you. I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. with the wonderful Nicole Roberts-Jones. Bankroll your brilliance. God bless you. This podcast was brought to you by EricaLynnSpeaks.com. Sign up for your free consultation today at EricaLynnSpeaks.com/work with me. And just remember, it only takes just one step beyond you. I say Erica Lynn Speaks. Erica Lynn Speaks.